Hello, hello, welcome or welcome back. Let's sit back, relax, have a snack, and enjoy. Sit at My Grave, Season 4, Sanity or Salvation, Chapter 5. When Arden stepped into the airport, he immediately began looking for his gate. He had no idea how late or even early could have been for his flight. His mind had been focused on it at all. He was here now, and all he could do was move forward. Arden could hear his own breathing in his ears. He was panting, sweaty, despite the chill of the air outside. His legs looked scuffed and dirty. They matched each other, figured. He hadn't had a chance to look at himself in the mirror properly. And his body reminded him of the fights he'd been in. His eye was giving him trouble just to see. The area around it swollen and bruised. His clothes looked a bit cleaner since he switched through the woods, but he knew his hair was a mess. He tried to wash his skin briefly in case of any blood splatters, but all he had to use was the muddy water he found outside. Even with the struggle not to, Arden could feel the light trembling his body did. He was worn out in every sense. The only relief was from his brain being clear of any other voices but his own for the moment. So, all he could do was criticize himself. This was what he was supposed to do. But he couldn't convince himself to feel normally after he'd done it. Just hearing the bust of others going about their day disgusted him, and not the way he convinced himself it did before. In fact, it only felt that way now, knowing what he'd done. Somehow hearing others living, breathing, having such normal lives, just constantly reminded him how far he was falling. Arden suddenly stumbled forward, being ran into by someone. They quickly gave him what sounded like an apology, smiling sheepishly when Arden turned around. It had been a boy, younger than him, mindlessly running around the place, too excited to sit down. "It's fine," Arden muttered his response. The boy didn't seem to completely understand him, but he brightened up, seeing as Arden didn't look angry at his mistake. He nodded before speeding off back to his family. Arden found himself watching them longer than he should. No smiles. They looked so carefree. He stopped and looked down at his own filthy hand, clutching his luggage handle. The sting in his chest felt differently from the anger he experienced in this trip. It hurt him deeper. There were so many better choices he could have made. Yet, here he was, having to reminisce about things so simple as having something to smile about, just to not have a stench of shame on his being. Standing wasn't doing anything. Arden shook his days and continued on, going over to see if his flight had gone yet or not, silently hoping it hadn't. He had to get out of here. "Yes, can I help you?" The check-in agent smiled. "I'm supposed to be on a flight," Arden stated. "Okay, may I see the ID and ticket?" she asked. Arden nodded, fishing around for his wallet. He grimaced slightly, seeing his picture, before handing off his ID and then the ticket. The check agent's smile dropped, clicking a few things into the computer. "Oh, I'm sorry, you missed this flight," she told him, handing the ID back. "What?" Arden stuttered. He shouldn't be shocked, but he still felt disappointed. "Yeah, it's already well on its way. It left at its correct time," she told him, tapping her long nails against the ticket's time. Arden frowned slightly, but it quickly melted away. "Some airports reimburse missed flights, right?" Arden reported, raising his eyebrows. "Yes, you're correct, sir," she agreed, before sliding his ticket across the desk. "However, that's if it's the fault of the airline, not if it's the fault of the traveler. You were late, so there were no delays on our end," she explained, finishing with a tight-lipped smile. Arden blinked a few times. "Okay, well, what can I do now?" he asked, watching her with anticipation. She rolled her eyes slightly before looking back at her computer. "Well, you can purchase another ticket for the next flight back to the state you were headed to. Or you could just live here forever," she responded, ending with sarcasm. Arden swallowed roughly upon hearing that, looking away for a moment. He caught his own reflection vaguely in the terminal's large windows. Arden wasn't opposed to being here. That was what he had to do. There were glaring reasons why he couldn't be right now. It was hard to get his mind back on track and concentrate after all that had happened. His mind was fuzzy, his emotions felt everywhere. He knew why he was doing this, why he had to, why he wanted to. But life, now involving fixing himself and correcting his horrible decisions, was a blur. He had hardly even recognized himself in that reflection. Seeing him now and his old ID seemed like two very different people, and he wasn't sure which he disliked more. But now that he was trying hard to blink, he had to remember, aside from Reed, his book, Jazia, and everything he mixed himself into, regardless of if what he was doing was right, he could very well be convicted for murder, especially if he was here longer than he was meant to be. Arden's body tensed, anxiety flooding in once again. Aware of how his whole situation could explode wasn't even the worst of it. He fought with himself. Why should you be so worried about where you end up? Look what you did to everyone else, he told himself. Hello, are you still with us? The check-in agent asked, frowning. Is there a flight I can get on right now? Arden questioned, swallowing nervously. There is, but it's not where you're going, she responded with a shrug. Is it in the same state? Arden asked, glancing back at his ticket. Getting home was becoming more and more challenging. No, but I can get you a flight to the state right next to it. You have to take more transportation to get exactly to the original state and city you're trying to get to. And you have to have a ticket right now, though, she suggested, scratching her nails through her hair before glancing towards the windows. Looks like it's about to start raining. You better hurry with travel in case the weather turns ugly, she concluded before leaning on her desk, tapping away at the computer again. Arden cleared his throat. It was so difficult to even focus, but he couldn't even be bothered to get upset with anyone else having an attitude. What right did he have? Okay, guess I'll do that, Arden answered. She smirked before looking up. Okay, that's gonna be $800, she told him before making eye contact again. Arden gasped, stepping back. He knew without looking he didn't have the money. Not enough in his account, nothing in his pocket. That was with or without converting it. He was stunned. Another roadblock. He could be stuck in a foreign country with no way to get home. And if anyone discovered Yara, how easy would it be to pin the murder on him? Why else would he have stayed longer than he had to?